The Oscars have never been kind to Westerns, and these 10 films are proof. Number 6 was directed by the legendary John Ford and gave John Wayne his most iconic role. Yet the Academy didn't even blink. And number 7? It features Clint Eastwood in a performance that redefined the genre, but you wouldn't know it from the nominations. Why does Hollywood keep snubbing these masterpieces? Rio Bravo is a quintessential Western, telling the story of a Texan sheriff, John T. Chance, who finds himself heavily outnumbered as he holds a dangerous prisoner in jail, waiting for a U.S. Marshal to show up. John Wayne, Dean Martin, and Ricky Nelson gave rock-solid performances, bringing depth to their characters and making this film one of the genre's best. And yet, Rio Bravo was completely snubbed by the Academy. No nominations, no wins. But in a year with Ben-Hur and Some Like It Hot, it seems the Oscars had their hands full. Fortunately, the National Film Registry recognized the greatness of this film, a small consolation for a movie that should have had more. Directed by Sam Peckinpah, this film is set in 1913 and follows a group of aging outlaws planning one last job before they ride off into the sunset. But the Wild West is dying, and the world they knew is slipping away. Peckinpah didn't hold back on the violence. He wanted to show the West as it really was: dirty, brutal, and unforgiving. And he succeeded. Despite being nominated for 2 Academy Awards, Best Screenplay and Best Original Score, the movie didn't win anything. Van Heflin plays Dan Evans, a struggling rancher who agrees to guard an outlaw, Ben Wade, on a dangerous trip to Contention City. Along the way, the two men develop a respect for one another, making the journey far more complex than it first seemed. This low-budget thriller was a standout, with nuanced performances and an atmosphere that truly captured the harsh reality of the Old West. Yet, the Academy ignored it. No nominations, no wins, just another example of how the Oscars don't always get it right. But at least the 2007 remake brought new attention to this Western gem. This iconic Western is a masterclass in filmmaking, and yet the Academy gave it no love. This sweeping epic features a rail baron trying to control the town of Flagstone, and the chaos that ensues when a mysterious stranger with a harmonica gets involved. With brilliant performances from Henry Fonda and Charles Bronson, this movie is full of tension, drama, and that unforgettable Leone style. From its iconic opening scene to its stunning soundtrack, it's shocking that Once Upon a Time in the West didn't get a single Oscar nod. Not for Best Director, not for Best Score, not for Best Screenplay. Nothing. John Wayne and Montgomery Clift go head-to-head in Red River, a story about a hard-as-nails cattle rancher and his adopted son who clash over leadership during a dangerous cattle drive. This is one of Wayne's most complex roles, a man so consumed by ambition that he risks losing everything. Howard Hawks directed this one, and it's easily one of his best. And yet, Red River was mostly overlooked at the Oscars, only snagging 2 nominations for Best Film Editing and Best Motion Picture Story. Regardless, it is considered by Roger Ebert as one of the greatest Western films of all time. John Ford's The Searchers is more than just a Western. It's a cinematic landmark. Ethan Edwards, played by John Wayne, spends years obsessively searching for his kidnapped niece in dangerous Comanche territory. Ford uses the vast landscapes of Monument Valley to turn the film into something epic, while also digging into Ethan's complex psychology. It's a story about identity, prejudice, and moral ambiguity, and somehow the Academy completely missed it. With Wynton Seahawks' stunning cinematography and Ford's masterful direction, it's wild to think this wasn't showered in nominations. You don't need to be a Western fan to know this one. It's the final and most iconic film in Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy. Clint Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef, and Eli Wallach deliver unforgettable performances as 3 gunslingers in pursuit of buried treasure during the Civil War. Leone's gritty realism, the intricate plot, and Ennio Morricone's legendary score made this film a masterpiece. And yet, the Oscars completely ignored it. For a film that's now considered one of the most influential in cinema history, that's a tough pill to swallow.